and you see covering the whole street with shoes. That's what I'm talking about.
Woodbridge's new album is released the old-fashioned way.
Dude, looks great, man.
And the talents of seniors at one of the world's most prestigious design schools are put to the test.
That's stretching my credibility for being a Chevrolet.
One modern art form was born in the Motor City, car design, and it has continued to evolve ever since.
Measure this from my eyes to the front window.
4 feet.
4 feet? That's a pretty good distance.
When cars first appeared on American roads, no thought was given to how they looked. They were simply wagons, sitting on wheels with a motor.
Hey, Matt, you should put the top down.
How do we do that?
There we go.
You can't find a button.
Yeah, how many car designers does it take to get this top down?
It took a visionary from Detroit to realize that not all cars had to look alike.
Harley Earl was the father of automotive design. He started GM Art and Color back in the late 20s, early 30s. It was in this very space on the 11th floor of the old Argonaut building. Harley really began the whole industry of how to design cars with sketching techniques, clay models, used bright colors, fabrics. After Henry Ford had done the Model T, where you could get any car you wanted as long as it was black, Mr. Earl's belief was that cars really needed to be designed. Let's make them look good. Let's get rid of carriages, and let's style them, design them so that they're attractive. We all owe that great debt to Harley Earl. And the students, I think, being in this same environment means a lot because it's bringing back the car design that Harley Earl started 70, 80 years ago. CCS is now one of the premier colleges in the world for design. It's a big deal to go to school here. Who's next? Don't all raise your hands at once.
Former GM designer John Manoogian teaches automotive design at the College for Creative Studies. His 33 years of experience in the industry gives him a keen eye for evaluating his students' work.
Did you take from the eye point to the base of the windshield and measure that on your car?
Yeah.
On your personal car? You wouldn't be able to see out of this. What happens between where the steering wheel is and all this other area here? What am I going to see in there?
This is the students' last chance to catch the attention of industry professionals and land a job in this highly competitive market. They're preparing for guest critics from General Motors to come to class and review their work.
All of these students, their ultimate goal is to get a job as a car designer. My mission in life is to get all of them jobs when they graduate. These are kind of the first blush of sketches, so be careful with some of these that maybe are too extreme, like this, that don't really address this idea of what the Chevrolet brand has been. Each semester, different manufacturers come in from different companies. This particular semester's class happens to be the GM project.
This is the kind of person that really loves to spend time like outside of work with friends. He loves company, loves women, loves music. He's a very social person, playing up on the whole generation of
Facebook,
Twitter, and all those stuff, but it's bringing it into a car.
The assignment from General Motors is to design a Chevrolet for the millennial generation, Gen Y. All of these students, they're all part of that generation. You tell us what you think Gen Y would respond to.
Pretty much a party vehicle, I suppose.
Have one vehicle that you can customize. So you have 3 different interior options, mass customization.
Right.
I like the choice. I mean, it's all about cars, and then pursuing a career in the auto industry, it's just like a kid in a candy shop, you know?
Just like when you customize your phone and you put your own picture on your screensaver.
Your avatar.
Suddenly it's yours. Yeah. Suddenly it's Jason's and it's not mine. What a great idea. They have to understand that they're working for a client, and that client has a look, a corporate look for their vehicles. That's stretching my credibility for being a Chevrolet. I just don't want an amateur hour.
Yeah, the taillights in here.
You know, I don't hear so good, but I see real well. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. And whether the student agrees with it or not is immaterial. Certainly with a Chevrolet, you gotta have 5 spokes. It's part of what makes a Chevrolet. You really nailed it here with these tail lamps capturing the Chevrolet brand character. If this is kind of what a Chevrolet was, where do you think it needs to go next?
Over the next 6 weeks, the students will have to take these fledgling ideas, turn them into scale clay models, and then pitch them to professional GM designers.
Having them come in is definitely stressful, but I guess my biggest fear would be not finishing.
We have 6 weeks left. It's up to you guys to plan your time accordingly.
At stake for these students is the chance at a career in auto design.
Who's next?
While in another program, Detroit's Black and Latino youth are getting a rare opportunity, the chance to experience and learn classical music.
1, ready, play. Da, 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 da. All right, what is our time signature?
4-4.
4-4. What does that represent?
4 beats per measure.
Oh, I can't hear you.
4 beats per measure, and the coordinate gets 1 beat.
Thank you.
My name is China Leitner. I am 17 years old, and I am a part of the Sphinx Preparatory Organization. I played the trumpet, and it turns out I started to love it.
One more time. Clean that up. Da, da, dee, da, da.
Offering free classes and instruments, Sphinx is a 15-year-old program designed to bring classical music into the lives of Detroit's inner-city children and teens. And China Leitner is a Sphinx veteran about to take it to the next level, college.
Good.
I've been playing trumpet for 7 years. I would like to be in a band to travel the world with my music. I also want to teach.
I heard you practicing. You sounded good.
Thank you. I was raised by my grandmother from almost infancy, 15 months old.
So you ready for your audition at Wayne State?
I feel like I am.
Yeah, feel confident?
I have a very important Wayne State audition in Detroit. Hopefully, I will have enough money to go. I really need a lot of scholarship money. So guess what, Grandma?
What?
I was invited to speak at the Sphinx Overture program.
Okay. That's the age group that you're kind of interested in teaching. Yeah.
I know that.
Right.
Music was not my first choice to teach. It was kindergarten. But now that I have a deeper appreciation for it, I feel like I could conduct a band to teach young children. It's kids who have never picked up an instrument, and they give them a violin for the first time, and they start to learn.
That's only because they don't have a brass teacher yet.
I really appreciate everything my grandmother has done. She really takes interest. She spent all her money to buy me these horns. She'll drive me everywhere. She always puts me first, and even though that's the job of a parent, she does it to the fullest extent.
You never know. With this one little contact with these students, those lives you're going to touch, doors open doors. As they open for you, you can open them for them.
There's not a lot of time for her, and so I feel like if she's putting all this time into me, the least I could do is play my very best and make her proud.
Coming up.
So dudes, this is Quasi.
For other Detroit musicians, it's about getting an album made on a homegrown label.
So did you bring some tracks over?
I got some new jams for you guys.
China's upcoming audition means everything for her future.
The music program is pretty intense. You need to know about a lot of stuff.
In its heyday, Detroit was home to close to 2 million people. Today, more than half are gone. But artists tend to go against the tide, and many have stuck around for the long rebuilding job ahead. And where artists decide to pitch their tents, neighborhoods and businesses begin to spring back to life.
Artists are about transforming environments, transforming nothing into something.
Art has changed in the last 50 years to become a much more public and engaged way of seeing the world. That's what makes Detroit different. We don't talk about art here, we don't talk about design, we make it.
The musicians at Woodbridge Records take a certain pride in the once run-down neighborhood where they live and work.